Hi, my name is Clint Waller, and today I'm going to talk about liability issues and disaster. First, I will reference the article Legal Issues in Emergency Management by William C. Nicholson. When responding to an incident, the government faces many issues. The government has to respond effectively to assist those in need, and they also have to worry about the manner in which they respond and how it looks in the public eye. They must be careful in all aspects of response to ensure that the citizens do not view their aid as biased. For example, if the power company focuses on returning water and electricity to the more wealthy neighborhoods before they do the less fortunate ones, it could raise some grumblings in the community. One thing I'm going to talk about is negligence. When someone has a legal obligation to act and does not, and this failure to act results in loss of property, life, or causes injury, the government can be liable. And there's also immunities. Government entities generally have protection from legal liability for many activities, but it has limitations. There are disaster response statutes put in place to protect those responding and acting in their official capacities. Liability is another reason why disaster relief entities have standardized operating procedures, specific training, and response plans put in place. If the guidelines put in place are followed, it can act as a form of mitigation against legal issues. Safety liability even comes into play during disaster response. If OSHA comes in and finds that government is acting outside of safety guidelines, there can be serious civil issues and fines. An example of legal liability during an incident would be Hurricane Katrina. I'm going to reference the article Hurricane Katrina, Remembering Federal Failures by Chris Edwards. The response to Hurricane Katrina was very slow and confused at all levels. People went several days and weeks without adequate food, water, and shelter. And here's some things we didn't know that could possibly be considered negligence. FEMA repeatedly blocked the delivery of emergency provisions that Methodist Hospital of New Orleans tried to bring in. FEMA also turned away doctors who were volunteering from out of town or out of state their medical services because their names weren't in the government databases. The Red Cross was denied access to the Superdome trying to deliver supplies, and FEMA refused several bus companies who were trying to evacuate victims, and also some airplanes too. FEMA most likely had immunity in some way, shape, or form, but they still got sued. A New Orleans judge approved a $42.6 million lawsuit because of toxic trailers that were used as housing for victims. As explained previously, if the action failed or failed action causes someone to suffer in some way, it opens the door for liability and lawsuit. I appreciate your time and patience, and I hope you enjoyed it.